It doesn't mean, though, that if something has been determined to be of a concern, that will end up stopping the development. Because what the developer has the opportunity to do is go to what used to be called the OMB. Now it's called the LPAT, but it's a provincial appeals body that can disregard the council process and then approve it. And that's what often happens. So two things happen under this system. Either it is approved at council because we recognize, almost like a poker game, which should not be the way planning is done. But we recognize that if we weren't going to approve an admittedly imperfect proposal, it would go to the LPAT and be approved even worse, or it goes to the LPAT and it's approved worse. So in other words, it's either a less worse resolution or a really, really bad resolution. Now, sometimes there are better ones, and that has a lot to do with whether or not the developer is reasonable and willing to engage with our community, discuss things and try to arrive at a better place. But the system is set up in such a way that it's not about whether or not a development is going to be approved. It's almost predetermined that it is. It's about how do you mitigate the adverse impacts and how do you get good things into it so that it at least leaves our community better than they found it. And that's why we're always advocating for the things that I listed earlier, whether it be park space, setbacks, childcare, school capacity, infrastructure, etc. But it shouldn't be this way. And we need a provincial government that will put communities before the financial interests of developers first. And that just hasn't happened yet. So in Davisville, my greatest concern in Davisville, in the Davisville village, we're talking about the apartment neighborhood there, is that they're going to allow more and more infill developments that are going to be towers too close to other towers, that don't allow for the sun, that do create wind tunnels, that take away the breathing room, the existing green space that they do have today, but that there also won't be